Good morning and good Chodesh. Today is Rosh Chodesh Iyar, the first day of Iyar. And welcome to the Daily Tanya. We're going to start with Tzedakah. Once again, Gedola, Tzedakah, Shemekareves, Esageula, Tzedakah brings Mashiach closer. And we continue in chapter 44 in the Tanya. And the Alter Rebbe discusses different ways how to develop our love to Hashem, our love and fear of Hashem. And we need to go back a little bit about explaining about what we discussed earlier in the Tanya on the concept of elevating our Torah and mitzvahs. How high are we able to elevate them? The deeper you're doing the Torah mitzvahs, the more you connect with it. It brings it up into a higher world. And basically, in general, we explained that there is the four worlds: Atzilus, Bria, Yetzira, Asiya, spiritual worlds. Atzilus is the world of godliness. The godliness is completely revealed. And each consecutive world, the godliness is less revealed. And in each world, we have the 10 attributes, which represent the godliness of this world. The different attributes of the godliness. Now, the world of Atzilus, as we said, is it's the world of emanation, world with which godliness is revealed completely. The world of Beria represents the world where the godly intellect is revealed. And the world of Yetzira is the world of the godly emotive attributes is revealed. And the world of Asiya is the world of action. Now, when one serves Hashem with love and fear, the love and fear is what elevates the mitzvahs. What elevates the mitzvahs to the higher worlds. The Torah and the mitzvahs elevates our soul to the higher worlds. And the question is how high do we elevate the mitzvahs? That depends of how deep your service of Hashem is. When you serve Hashem by just like in a natural way, like by instinct. How can you serve Hashem by instinct? Because we do have that instinct. We have the natural love. So this elevates our Torah mitzvahs, but goes only to the world of Yetzirah, which is the world of emotion, because this is more of an emotional way of serving Hashem. But when your fear and love of Hashem comes as a result of your contemplating, when you understand something, you understand the greatness of Hashem, and that creates a love, then it elevates it to the world of Beria, to the world of the godly intellect. Okay, so this is a short introduction. Now, back to what we discussed yesterday about the two types of meditation that we serve Hashem. We need to analyze them and see these two types of meditation, where do they belong? Is this a fear and love of Hashem that is a result of a natural love of Hashem, or this is a result of an intellectual understanding of God? What is the two things we discussed yesterday? We discussed about there is the love that is called nafshi ivisicha. When we feel, we understand that God is our life. So just like a person does not want to lose life, and he's fearful of doing anything which might cause him to lose life. Same thing, we don't want to be separated from Hashem. We love Hashem. We feel Hashem is our life. And the other love is also the contemplation, the meditation about the fact that Hashem is like our Father. Just like a child loves a father and is fearful of losing the connection with the father or mother, of course. That is a type of love that is even a higher level when we would be like someone who is ready to give everything up for his parents. So too, we'll be ready to give everything up for Hashem, doing everything for Hashem. You don't want to lose that connection. Now the question is, these two types of love, nafshi v'sicha, that God is my soul and I desire you, or God is my Father and I want to be, and I'm ready, want to do everything to please Him. The question is that those types of love, are they considered love of a natural love, or is this something that is created by our understanding? And of course, we mentioned that this is something that is in our nature. It's deep in our nature. It's an innate love that we have. However, it's if it's an innate love, if it's a natural love, we should conclude. It seems seemingly we should conclude that how high can this lead and bring up our Torah mitzvahs? We just said that if doing the Torah mitzvahs is based on love, that which is just a natural love, it only reaches up to the world of Yetzirah, the world of emotion. So the Alter Rebbe is going to explain that really this really depends on what do we do with this innate love? If this innate love that we have leads us to just understanding that this is what the right thing to do, and we act on it, then yes, it will lead us up only to the world of emotion, because this comes as a natural thing, and we act on the basic understanding that this is the right thing to do. But if a person is able to develop not just understanding that this is the right thing to do, but also a feeling, and a real feeling that I feel the feeling of love to Hashem based on this understanding. I mean, think about, most of us are not able to really change our feeling based on our understanding. For example, if you like cheesecake, you love cheesecake, but then the doctor tells you that this is not good for you, it's not healthy, and you understand that this is not healthy, and you're going to stop, you're not going to eat it because it's not good for you. But the question is, did your feeling to the cheesecake change? You still like cheesecake, you still want to have it. There is a deeper understanding which can change the feeling. When a person really contemplates on something, how terrible it is, it may develop that feeling of despising the concept. So the same thing is when you think about something which is good, developing a feeling of love. So that is the question, is how deep we are working on our love, the contemplation, and that really depends on how much time and how much we focus. And we said earlier, it is about repeating and about doing something which is important to you. You think about it, you speak about it more and more until you develop a feeling to it. So let's see inside what the Alter Rebbe tells us. That's the Alter Rebbe. V'hinei beis b'chines ahavos elu. They said two categories of love. That of my soul, I desire you, if you remember what we just said. We said to God, you are my soul, and therefore I desire you. The love of a Jew feels for God upon realizing that he is his true life. And that which is like a son, loving God as one's true father. Says the Alter Rebbe, Af shein Yerushalonu ma'aviseinu k'mei teva benafshiseinu. Although they are an inheritance unto us from our patriarchs, and like a natural instinct in our soul. And not only the love, but the same thing is also the fear, because the loving someone so much leads also to fear, because you're fearful of losing that connection. And so too, as a natural instinct, is the fear that is comprised in them, namely the fear of being sundered, God forbid, from the source of our life and our true Father, blessed be He, fearful to be separated. The Alter Rebbe, Afal Pikein, so although these are something that we inherit naturally from our ancestors, from Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, Afal Pikein eino nikrois b'shem tchilu richimu tivim, elo kashen b'moichoi, umachshavtoi levad v'talumis libai. They are nevertheless not termed natural fear and love unless they be in the mind and thought alone and in the latency of the heart. Again, if it's only in the mind and the latency of the heart, that is the natural place. And if that is the case, as we said before, how high can it elevate the Torah and mitzvahs that we do as a result of this natural love? Only to the world of Yetzirah, the world of emotions. ואז מקוימן ביוד ספירס דה יצירה, לשום הן מיילה סימון התורה והמצווה הבויס מחמוסן וסיבוסם. Then their place is in the 10 spheres of Yetzirah, the 10 attributes of Yetzirah, the place and level of the natural emotions, to where they raise up with them the Torah and mitzvahs of which they have been the inspiration and cause. If these love inspire Torah mitzvahs, then it elevates the Torah mitzvahs to this level of the world of emotions. However, if you're able to take that love and that understanding that Hashem is our life and that God is our Father, and you're able to develop a feeling, a revealed feeling of love, then you have here also an element of an intellect that creates that, or at least reveals that emotion. And because the intellect here is involved to reveal that emotion, that is why it reaches up to the world of the intellect, it's a higher level. But when they, the 2 degrees of love, are in a manifest state in the heart, as a result of his contemplation, they are called in the Zohar Reusa de Liba, the heart's desire, a more exalted love than natural love. And therefore, Mekoiman beyud Sfiras de Bria, ולשם אין מיילס עמו אין התורה והמצווה הבאים מחמסה. And their place is in the 10 spheres of Beria. Beria is the second world, the world of intellect, where they raise up with them the Torah and mitzvahs of which they have been the cause, meaning which have been performed with the ardor of this love. So the reason this is indeed so, notwithstanding the fact that they are naturally found within the soul of every Jew, is now given. That's what Alter Rebbe is going to explain. What is the reason? Is because in order to reveal that love in the heart, you should feel it. It takes a lot of contemplation and takes das, connecting. When you really think about it, when you think about something that is important to you, you're giving your everything into it. When God forbid, a person wants to save his son, when you save a child, that is in danger. You're going to invest, you're going to think, you're going to think, not just think, you're going to really think, you're going to use your maximum to see what you can do to save the child. So that is when a person really thinks about the connection with Hashem, that Hashem is in life, and he really thinks about it to the point that it develops a feeling. That is the work of the intellect, the work of the das that creates or at least reveals that innate love. And that is why this reaches up to the world of the intellect, because this is the cause of the revelation of that love. Says the Alter Rebbe, "Mipnei sheyetziasa mehelen ve'ester alev b'chinas gilui, hi al yedei hadas uskiyas hamachshava b'choizek ve'izboinunus atzuma me'umka deliba yater v'todir be'ein seif baruch hu eichu chayenu mamish v'avinu amiti baruch hu." Is for their emergence from the latency and concealment of the heart into a state of revelation comes through the faculty of das. Das, as we said, is the understanding, the connecting, meaning through a powerful fixation of the mind, an intense concentration from the depth of the heart, powerfully and frequently. You're not going to do it only once if you want to save your child. You're going to do it, you do the deep concentration, deep thinking, and frequent thinking. So we have the powerfully and frequently, you're doing this on the blessed Ein Sof as to how he is our very life and our blessed true Father. And since his contemplation is so powerfully and deep, that is why it reaches to the higher world of the intellect, the world of Beria. Moreover, what is written in the Tikkunim with the Zohar is well known, that there in the world of Beria nests the supernal mother. The supernal mother refers to the level of Bina of Atzilus, Bina, the level of understanding of Atzilus, which in terms of man's spiritual service is the contemplation of the infinite light of the blessed Ein Sof, the giver of life, blessed be he. Now, although we're not talking about a love which is generated by understanding, it is only revealed by the understanding. Nevertheless, as the Alter Rebbe quotes from the Zohar, the Maimer, the saying of Eliyahu, that this is still considered connected with the world of Bina, with the world of understanding. The fact that the heart understands. What does it mean? The heart understands. You don't know if it's understanding. It belongs more to the brain. But the idea is there is a feeling that is revealed through understanding, and therefore that too is connected to that world of the intellect. So this is what Alter Rebbe continues. And this is in accordance with the teachings of Elijah in Tikkun Zohar, in the section beginning Patach Eliyahu, where we say every Friday, Bina is the heart, and with it, the heart understands. This means to say that the meditation and understanding taking place in the mind illuminate the heart, and therefore it is elevated to this higher world of Bina. Now the Alter Rebbe goes on to say further that it's not only reaching to the world of Bina. As we explained in the previous chapters, there is the love that is called Ahavat Olam, a love that we generate through understanding. And there is the higher level of love, which is called Ahava Rabbah. Ahava Rabbah is something which is a gift given from above, as something which we have the love and experiencing God's delight in God. And that is in the world of Atzilus, higher than the world of intellect, the world of godliness. Alter Rebbe goes on to say that in these two loves that we just said, the love of Nafshi Ivisicha, contemplating that God is our life, and the fact that God is our Father, and we want to please our Father. In that there is also the element of the Ahava Rabbah, which means in a way it is not only elevating to the world of Beria, but in a way you can also reach the world of Atzilus. So since the contemplation of godliness is revealed in the world of Beria, the world which is illuminated by Bina of Atzilus, it follows that the various forms of love which are revealed through such contemplation have their place in the world, in that world as well. And it is there that they elevate one's Torah and mitzvahs. Now the Alter Rebbe now goes on to say that the two kinds of love that we just said, my soul, and I desire you, and like a son who wants to please his father, not only have the quality of love that results from contemplation, but they also have the quality of Ahava Rabbah, the love that is granted from above. Why? For they too are granted from above, inasmuch as the Jews inherit that as Jew, inasmuch as Jews inherit them from the patriarchs, as we explained earlier, because that love of nafshi ivisicham, God, you're my life, my soul, this is a natural thing that we have, an inheritance from our ancestors. Because how do you love? How does a mortal love God? Unless there is something deep in him, a little bit of godliness, which is an inheritance from above, from the ancestors. Now, since these two kinds of love possess all these qualities, it would seem that they should suffice. And love born wholly of intellect is superfluous. Nevertheless, the Alter Rebbe concludes that a Jew should also strive to attain the love that results wholly from contemplating God's greatness, because of the reason he will soon give. And this we'll learn tomorrow. For now, the Alter Rebbe explains this concept, that this love also has something which is greater than Bria, which it reaches the world of Atzilus. Furthermore, these two categories of love that have been referred to above, the love of my soul and the love of like a son, incorporate a quality of love which is greater and more sublime than intellect, fear, and love. The kind that results from contemplating God's greatness. The love termed as Avas Olam. So these two kinds of love also partake of the quality of Avarabba, which is loftier than Avas Olam. And tomorrow we're going to explain, in that case, why do we still need to have the contemplating of Hashem, if we have that already, the love of Avarabba already, by developing this natural love, why do we need the creating a new love by contemplating? Understanding God, this we'll learn Mirz Hashem tomorrow. Wishing you all a good Chodesh and all the best. We'll see you tomorrow, B'ezrat Hashem.